Have you ever felt like something inside you was trying to warn you about what to do, who to trust, or which path to follow? That's not a coincidence. It's your spirit trying to speak to you. Today, I'm going to show you 7 clear signs that your soul is trying to communicate with you and how to recognize that inner voice before it fades away. James Van Praagh, one of the foremost teachers of spiritual energy, explains that our soul is in constant dialogue with the spiritual realm. But so often, the noise of the world keeps us from hearing it. These signs are subtle ways for the spirit to reconnect with you. Intuition is the purest language of the soul. It is that sudden feeling of knowing something without understanding how, a warning, an idea, a quiet "don't go that way" that comes from the heart. James Van Praagh explains that when the rational mind becomes still for even a moment, the spirit finds a channel to express itself. It speaks through feeling, not logical thought. Many times we ignore that inner voice and later regret it. When we follow our intuition, we feel peace, even if the path seems uncertain. When we ignore it, discomfort and restlessness appear. Intuition does not shout, it whispers, and the more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. While the body rests during sleep, the soul awakens. Van Praagh teaches that the spiritual realm uses the dream state to communicate because, in that moment, the conscious mind becomes silent. That is why some dreams feel more real than life itself, filled with vivid colors, tangible sensations, and familiar presences. These dreams can bring messages, warnings, or comfort. Often, loved ones who have passed appear to let you know they are at peace, or to send love your way. When you wake up with a feeling of calm, as if you've received an invisible embrace, it is your spirit saying, "I am with you." Write your dreams down. Notice repeating symbols, words, or emotions. The spiritual world speaks in metaphors, and every dream is a bridge between the visible and the invisible. Have you ever looked at the clock and always seen the same number, or thought about someone just before they reached out to you? These coincidences are synchronicities, subtle signs that your energy is aligned with the spiritual plane. According to Van Praagh, the universe is an intelligent field that responds to the vibration you send out. When the spirit wants to get your attention, it creates small coincidences that break the pattern of your routine and make you think, "This can't be random." These signs are invitations to be more present. Every synchronicity is a response to your current vibration. Pay attention to what you were thinking or feeling when the sign appeared, because that is where the message lies. The body is the instrument of the soul, and often the spirit reveals itself through subtle sensations such as chills, shivers, sudden warmth, or a light pressure on your head or chest. These experiences are not physical, but vibrational. They are the spiritual energy interacting with your auric field. James Van Praagh explains that when a spiritual guide approaches, the vibration of the environment changes. You might feel a slight shift in temperature, a difference in the air, or a tingle that seems to come from within. These sensations are energetic confirmations whispering, "We are here, you are not alone." The key is not to feel afraid. Spiritual energy is loving and peaceful. If something brings you calm and serenity, it is a sign of light being present. The body speaks, and the spirit uses it as a messenger. In moments of loneliness, pain, or doubt, you may feel a gentle presence beside you, as if someone were watching over you with tenderness. That feeling is one of the most profound forms of spiritual communication. Van Praagh describes how guides, angels, and even loved ones can surround you with energy that brings comfort and safety. This presence does not bring fear, but rather warmth and reassurance. You may feel a light shiver, hear a distant sound, or simply know that you are not alone. It is like an invisible embrace, a quiet reminder that love is never lost. It simply changes form. trust that feeling. When the spirit wishes to come closer, it does so through love, and love always vibrates higher than any doubt. We all have two kinds of voices within the mind, one that judges and criticizes, and another that soothes and guides. The calm, compassionate, and loving voice is the voice of the soul. Van Praagh teaches that this is the direct expression of your spirit, guiding your decisions with wisdom and kindness. She never pressures or frightens you. She simply guides you with gentleness. Sometimes she appears as a spontaneous thought like, "Wait a moment," "breathe," or "trust." Other times it's a sudden feeling of clarity that arises out of nowhere, often after a moment of silence. Learning to listen to this voice is one of the most profound spiritual practices. It is your divine GPS. The more you connect with it, the more aligned you become with the wisdom of your own soul. When the spirit wants to awaken, it draws you toward everything that expands consciousness. Books, music, films, or people who speak about energy, soul, love, and light. It isn't ordinary curiosity. It's an inner calling. Van Praagh explains that this spiritual thirst is the soul remembering who it truly is. You begin to question the meaning of life, seek answers, and feel a desire to connect with something greater. It's as if a veil starts to lift, revealing a deeper purpose behind every experience. This awakening can be gentle or intense, but it never happens by chance. If you are listening to this message now, it's because your soul has chosen to hear the call. And that alone is a clear sign that your spirit is speaking to you. The spirit is always speaking, but only those who quiet their fear are able to hear it. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask, "What does my soul want to tell me today?" If any of these signs have ever happened to you, write in the comments, "I feel the presence of my spirit." By doing this, you activate that energy and inspire others to awaken as well.